S3X is our basic motivator. It's what drives you as a man to get up, to earn. It's what drives you to wear nice clothes. It's what makes you go to the club at night. It makes you want to perform at your best, because at the unconscious or subconscious level, we know that when we do all these things, we're more attractive as men, and it increases our opportunity to get laid. And S3X is the most basic motivator for women. It is the most basic motivator for us as a society. Now, when we know this and we tap into it and we learn to transmute it and use it consciously, you're tapping into the most powerful force you have. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula, and I help men master their S3X energy and 10 times your leadership power and ability as a man. See, when you tap into your S3X energy and you learn to unleash it, you're unleashing your strength, you're unleashing your potency, you're unleashing your motivation, your drive. But when you are depleting your energy, when you are depleting it either through masturbation or prawn, when you're depleting it with vices like alcohol or drugs, when you're depleting it by just scrolling on social media all day, and you're allowing the outside world to essentially take your energy, to distract you. How many of us are living distracted? Ask yourself right now, how distracted am I? I mean, I had one client I'm working with inside my leadership development program, and we're talking about how he could become a more efficient business owner and leader for his company. And so we were going through his day, and I said to him, about roughly how much time do you spend scrolling on social media? Well, he starts laughing right away. He's like, oh, at least 2 hours. 2 hours. Well, do some calculations. That's 14 hours. I'm going to take my phone. That's 14 hours every single week that he's spending on his phone. 14 hours times 52 weeks is 728 hours. 728 hours. Let's divide 728 by 24 hours in a day. 30. He's spending 30 days out of the year on social media, just scrolling about. 30 days. Do you live forever? Do you have 30 days to waste? Do you have 30 days that you're every single year? Now let's go 30 days, and let's say you live till 80, so we'll times it by 80, 2,426 days. Somebody correct my math. I'm not a good math person, but let me know if that's correct. Either way, it's a whole shitload of time. Now, imagine if you're spending 15 minutes rolling a joint, 10 minutes or 30 minutes at the end of the night having a few drinks. That doesn't even count the amount of time actually doing the negative activity. What about the time to transition back into a normal state? And if you're doing this constantly, you're never in a normal state. How much of your life is being wasted? Now, what does this have to do with S3X energy? Everything. See, S3X energy manifests itself as a pleasure-seeking energy. Ooh, okay, I'm going to have S3X. S3X is the highest pleasure that we can have. Now, some people have depleted their energy so much that that's not even exciting for them anymore. They would rather spend time with their hand and in front of a screen. That's how dull the senses and the mind and the body has become. I mean, we really need to wake up to the actual effects that our vices are having. We are wasting our life, literally, with this stuff. Now, because it's your most basic motivator, when you are depleting that energy and you're allowing vice to riddle you, you're also depleting your very masculine potency. You're depleting your energy. You're depleting your most basic drive, because what you're doing is you're substituting something that nature has designed you to work for. You see, you can look at S3X as a reward. You do the stuff that you need to do as a man. You provide, you protect, you're healthy, you produce. Well, guess what? Women find that attractive because subconsciously that's what they're looking for. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't a woman want a producer, a provider, a protector? Because she knows, here's the deal. This is why you have to go deep into your own psychology. She knows that if she's going to be having S3X with you, that there's potentially the possibility that you're going to be producing babies together. So if she decides, I'm going to date you, I'm going to be with you, What she's looking for is your potential to also provide. Can you be a great provider? That's why men with money attract women, because subconsciously it's like, oh, that guy's going to be able to provide. So if I'm going to have a sexual relationship with this man, then he's going to be able to provide for me. This is what is the psychology of a woman. If he can produce, he's powerful, he's got vira, strength, then I trust him to be able to take care of me and the kids. You see, it's all about reproduction. And when you get down to the nitty gritty, when you get down to the basics and you strip away all the fluff and the fantasies and all that stuff, sex, or S3X, is because we're trying to beat the algorithms here, is about reproduction. So therefore, all the psychology around it is about that. But it's been layered and layered with all this, we've dressed it up, right? And as human beings, we have S3X for more than reproduction. We have it to connect. We have it for pleasure. We have it for fun. A lot of women have S3X for validation. That's why they like to sleep with the men which they perceive higher on the social hierarchy than them. They're attracted to that because it actually lifts them up on the social hierarchy. And as men, we have a polyamorous nature to us, and we have a numbers game, right? Yeah, the more I have, the better I'm spreading my seed. Because again, the reason that we think that way is because it's all about spreading our seed. It's all about reproduction opportunities. Now, as human men, as conscious men, and as leaders, we begin to rise above these basic biological or animal instincts and psychology, and now we could start tapping into the realms of the spiritual, where we can transmute that energy. Now, when you transmute that energy, what's true for the physical is also true for the energetic. They match each other, right? E equals MC squared. Energy equals matter. So what is true for the physical matter is true on the energetic plane. So when you transmute your energy, meaning you retain, you use your S3X energy consciously, you don't just become attractive on the physical, you now attract resources. You now are a high frequency being. And because you're vibrating on a higher frequency, you're clean, you're conduit. Imagine, like, if you wanted to stifle energy, you would start to kink up the conduit, the wire. If you want more energy to flow through a wire, you loosen that wire and more energy flows through it. Well, when we're calm, relaxed, powerful, when we're clean, when we're full of vice, when we're doing negative things, when we have negative thoughts, it's like tightening the wire, and it's like putting kinks in the conduit, and therefore energy struggles to flow. So all the potency in which you have struggles to flow, and ultimately all you can ever do is at best survive, live paycheck to paycheck, live in a way where you're not producing or being capable of your best self, because you're more than an animal. You weren't born in an animal body. You were born in a human body, and the human body is capable of so much more. This is the most advanced piece of technology on the planet, and most of us are treating it like crap. Or we become so pleasure-seeking that we forget that there are higher aspects and dimensions to life that we can tap into that are way more fulfilling than a drink or jerking off or constantly seeking to get laid. We can get paid. We can have legacy. We can hit immortality and divine consciousness and realize ourselves as spirit souls and conquer fear and conquer the natural world and enter the realms of the supernatural world. Now, most men don't believe me. They're like, oh, he's going all woo-woo. But it ain't woo-woo. It's reality. This is the secret of all the enlightened souls, as well as all the great leaders and men of this planet. So by transmuting this energy, you are going to motivate yourself. You are going to become the best version of yourself. And because of that, you're going to have influence. And when you know about this energy and how it works, then you're going to know how to use it to influence. You're going to know how to use it to motivate. It's known within the business community at high levels. And I train business leaders and coaches and politicians and all kinds of men in powerful positions and men in family life. I show them the power of using S3X energy to motivate. It is well known within the business community that the people that produce the most sales are also the most charismatic, and the most charismatic people have the highest sexual energy, because charisma is directly a sexual potency. It's attractive. Intelligence is sexual energy. It's attractive. Anything that's attractive is sexual energy. It's just, are you using that energy consciously? When you understand it's your basic motivator, you wouldn't just deplete a battery knowing that that's the source on which you get to, like, let's say your car battery. You're not just going to deplete your car battery because you know that battery, when it's full and potent, your car is going to work the best, because you understand it as the engine or the source of energy for movement, action. And you understand that it's action that's going to take you where you want to go. So similarly, your vehicle, your body, your batteries are your testicles. And if you're depleting them and you don't understand this, and you just become a pleasure-seeking being, where you're going to be full of frustration, you're going to be disconnected in your relationships, you're never going to reach your potential because you don't have enough energy flowing. And because you feel that way, you're probably going to end up turning to a little bit of alcohol, have a few drinks at night just to calm down, just to relax. It's not needed. Smoke a joint. I used to do that all the time. And what I recognize now that I'm clean, and I'm helping thousands of other men get clean, and I'm seeing it case after case, client, student after student after student. This is the truth. You clean up your body, you detox, you learn to practice ejaculation control or management. It's not that you never ejaculate again, but you definitely stop watching pornography. You definitely stop masturbating. You pour all of that energy now, that basic raw motivator, into your work, into your movement, and all of a sudden you light up. You're full. All of your natural gifts start to emanate from you, start to come online, because all of that energy is flowing through you, and it's like, turning the lights on, turning you on. And now you're a full human being, and you keep practicing, and you get deeper and deeper into your meditations and these practices that I teach you in our alchemy course, and you marry it with strong leadership skills, you're a force to reckon with. So if you're ready to take the next steps, go into the description below, take the free sex transmutation guide to get started. And if you know that you're ready to train, you want to know what it's like to work with me, you be like, hey, I want to do I want to get mentorship. The quickest way to success is through mentors. So if you're ready to do that, then make sure you book some time with me. We'll jump on a call and we'll connect. We'll see if we're a right fit. All right, I'll see you on the next video.